event. We have for us today, we have two comic books that I'm going to be reviewing live on the channel today. And this comic book is called, and the story in this comic book is called The Atomic Terror. And the cover is beautifully illustrated by Jason Paulos. Very, very snellified. And it also has a familiar character called the Vultures in it. Who and what are the Vultures? What are the Vultures up to this time round? And then we have issue number 1950, The Street Predators, with a new cover from a new person. And we will have a look at who this person is, why he's so wellly regarded recently, and a lot more. And there is obviously another ad on the back of that comic book. And in that book, we also see that Jane saves the president, apology to the Beliapog Soit. Beliapog saga, very much. And we have some classic Christmas jazz instrumental music from and warm fireplace sounds going on in the background. So let's review these Phantom comics. I hope you enjoy this streaming live comic book review on only at Phantom Cave Reviews, and these live comic book events will be happening until Thursday, when we finish off this event with another free comic books, and we are going to be getting into this comic book right now. Okay, so The Phantom Leaf Folks, The Phantom Atomic Terror, written by Andreas Anders Axlund, art by Bertel Wilhelm Heimsen and Oxton Erop. This story first saw print by Egmont Scandinavia. This was first published in Egmont Scandinavia, Phantom number 24, and was published in 1976 in issue number 24 in Phantom Man magazine, Scandinavia. Some beautiful classic art in this story as well. And there's these two pilots, and the crew received their orders. You will fly to the NATO base in Ankara via France, Italy, and Greece. You will take with you 2 atomic bombs of a nuclear type. You will demonstrate the bombs for the NATO base in Turkey. The charges are not armed, but you will bring the detonation spark plugs in the cockpit. The flight path goes over Italy so as not to interfere with the disarmament negotiations in Switzerland. Later, is everything ready? Everything is checked and ready, sir. Say hi to the girls in Ankara. Okay, then we'll take one last flight check. Neither pilots notice that the mechanic attaches behind the major's seat. Roar goes that firing engine over the jet, and I'm a little nervous flying with these atomic bombs under the wings. Relax. They're not armed, it's just a lump of scrap metal. The plane passes over line where the course is corrected. Heading onward, heading 120, we're right on time. We are heading into some bad weather, Paul. Lucky we can fly on instruments all the way. We're well above the civil aviation corridor. Then suddenly, something happens on the plane. The little box that the mechanic hid behind the seat is activated. Click! And the plane is going down. Are you sure it was on course 120 after line? Yes, then everything is fine. We should be over the Po River Plain. But no, they are not. They are not over the Po River Plain. They are in fact in an absolute snowy blizzard, and someone is talking. Meanwhile, time to call the boss. It's all fixed. Number 1, they should be above you now. 1, good. Number 5, you have done very well. It will be duly noted. The instruments are correct. We can't be wrong, but we are. We can't gain altitude. There is something wrong with the tail elevators. Announce our position on the radio. There is something wrong with the radio. It's just static. All the instruments are going crazy. Look out! Boom! After skimming over the snow-covered plateau, the plane comes to a stop and everything falls quiet. Dun, dun, dun. On the local news, NATO plane with atomic weapons lost in the Alps. Snowstorms hinder the search efforts. Aerial reconnaissance yields no results, but by pure chance, a Swiss pilot on a routine patrol sees something. Zermatt, free to the base. Come in immediately. I have pictures of a wrecked aircraft. Looks like the lost NATO plane. What? It's impossible. 215 kilometers off course. The following morning. Today's news. Lost NATO plane found. Rescue patrol on the way. There is hope that one of the pilots can be alive. The dark shadow in the picture taken by a Swiss pilot could be an airman. Monkey mail. It'll be interesting to see what he has with him. A newspaper with a note from President Luaga. Take a look at the picture on the front cover. Could that be what I think? Atomic weapons. I need a magnifying glass. The same tattoo. Yes. Can that possibly be them? I thought I was finished with those scum. But then, so did my ancestor 300 years ago. Now, let's see what he wrote about them. Here it is. In 1672, I came to this desolate city. The victims were carried away, loaded on 2 carts. I was looking for the thieves I've heard about. I found one who was stealing from the dead, and that leads to our secret organization called the Vultures. That thief was stupid enough to draw his sword. I quickly disarmed him, then saw the tattoo. What does that mean? There are many of us, and we have been around for a very long time. And you steal, yes, from the weak, those who cannot defend themselves. So you admit that you're a hyena. No, not hyena. We call ourselves the Vultures. Our leader says it's stupid to steal from the strong when there are so many weak. We follow retreating armies and plunder the dying and dead. Disgusting. Disgusting. War also creates refugees who are weak. We attack them and take their possessions. Villains! Are we any worse villains than the powerful men who start the wars? Why did you shave your head, thief, to be able to tattoo our insignia on there? The vulture lives on the weak and the dead. If it is true, really is the vultures who have struck again. I have to investigate this. thought and action are as one with the phantom. There are times when the phantom leaves the jungle, jungle sane, and walks the streets of the town like an ordinary man. Jungle sane, take good care of Hero, Toma. As always, goes to walks. Later, dogs are not allowed in the cabin, sir. He's not a dog, he's a mountain wolf. A short while later, the Phantom and Devil are on their way to Geneva. The Phantom tries and gets accommodation, but he's also trying to try and find this plane that is mysteriously broken down in the middle of a snowy storm. And it continues to snow heavily. 2 hours later, now we have arranged everything, Devil, we can leave now. It continues to snow heavily. This is too slow. 6 miles in, 2 hours, we'll go into Lausanne and try and find a pilot. The snowfall seems to have driven all the people into the doors. No wonder, because snow and being cold at this temperature is very, very cold. Stating the obvious, Brad. Lucky we stayed. Now you can hardly see your hand in front of you. Well, I can see my hand in front of me. It's just here. And plus, if I couldn't see my hand in front of me, I wouldn't know where it would be cold. I stated the obvious, Brad. They go into an open bar. A helicopter, a pilot is our only chance. Sorry, what did you say? I thought you mentioned the word helicopter pilot. If you need one, and you're not too picky, I just might be your guy. I'm in no position to be choosy. If you're a pilot, please sit right down. Thanks for that. I'm looking at this video that we're playing in the background, and it's got music going on, and it's Christmas jazz. I'm looking at it, and it just reminds me of how Christmas should be. It's where you're sitting around a lounge and the Christmas tree is flickering during the night and you're sitting around and you're having a good time. That's how Christmas should be. It should be around with family. But I guess not everyone in the world may have extended family come and stay with them, which in some cases is sad, but in other cases they might like to be able to spend Christmas on their own, or they might be working on Christmas. And with all of that said, I think we have to have a much larger appreciation for the people that actually work on Christmas, and we have to appreciate the people that go to the extra mile to deliver, either they're delivering care to someone, or they're just working on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and maybe they might not have anyone to spend their time with, or have any family to spend their time with. But I reckon that the best way to spend Christmas, and then obviously in Australia you have Boxing Day, which we get to watch the Boxing Day test, which is cricket. I think the best way to be spending Christmas is with family. I reckon that's the best way to be spending Christmas with the family. And obviously food comes into it as well. And then the late afternoon sleep, that also comes into play as well. But I reckon family is family is one of the biggest things that I just like doing. You get to spend quality time with family around Christmas, and I hope everyone that watches these live streams and watches these videos that I make on YouTube and anything else that I do on this channel, I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And For one instance, I love being around this time of the year because you get to spend quality time with your family. But there's another part to the Christmas that I love, and that's being able to go and have a look at the Christmas lights. And obviously, Christmas music comes into it as well. And Christmas carols and all that sort of stuff. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what's fun, Mr. Ryan in a one-son's open sleigh. Hey! How did you end up here? I was born in Bengala, but I got my flight training in the USA, in the US, then stopped here on the way home, and I'm still here. Can you fly me to Selden in the canton of Valais? I'll get you there. We'll take off at dawn. It's too dark. It's too dark now. Pardon me. 10 minutes later, Ben's charter always at your service. They go up tiddly, up, they go down tiddly, down. It is rough journey. It is a rough journey, which nevertheless goes quickly in the company of the entertaining Wembeezy youngster. Selden in 10 minutes. Now we have to go down through that mush again. Hang on tight. The wind gusts up here in the pass are not to be trifled with. The pilot has barely finished the sentence when a strong downdraft grabs the helicopter and damn, and they crash into the snow. You were saying, Ben? I usually manage all right. Oh well, this day has been coming for a long time. Lucky no one got hurt. I'll go into Selden and report the accident, follow in the snowmobile if you like. It's probably best I stay here and keep an eye on the wreck. And just as the Phantom is trying to keep an eye on the wreck, he discovers the vulture base. He discovers a base where the vultures are living at the moment. And there's this snow gathering cable car moving upwards. A vulture is in there. There's a cable, stops at the luxurious chalet. The snowfall eases slightly. Let's take a look. The Phantom takes a cautious look around the house. All seems quiet, almost too quiet. The Phantom gently opens the door. It was far too easy to open. If this really is a vulture's nest, they must be back in business and working at full strength again. As the Phantom sneaks into the next room, the lights suddenly turn on. Stop there! What are you doing up to? What are you up to? What do you want here? It's a private area. Stand still. If you don't want an extra navel right into a trap. I got lost in the snowstorm and thought maybe I could find shelter here. Sounds like a fairy tale to me. Strip him off his outer clothes and search him. Thanks, but I can undress myself. He takes out those two guys. They manhandle him and tie him up. The Phantom he's in a room tied up. The leader is there, and since they are technically charges of a new clean type, the effect will be as great as, say, the Hiroshima bomb. About 150 blocks will be flattened, and because it is a clean bomb, we will have minimal reactive fallout. The vultures tell the plan to the Phantom, and Devil is back and forth until he starts digging, and Devil finds the Phantom covered in snow. The vultures were going to leave him to pass away in the snow. What a thrilling turn of events page 25 has for us. The Phantom is still alive, and when the Phantom goes into the next room, oh, you two must be he finds the two NATO pilots. No, I'm here to help you. Yes, who are you? Do you belong to that tattooed gang? No, I am here to help you. Meanwhile, in the vulture's nest, number 7, go down to the post office and announce to Geneva that we are ready for phase 2 and check that the pilots haven't come loose. When the blizzard has settled, we'll put them back in the rack in the plunk in the planes. Frozen and starved, it should look like 101 found them and the bombs were lost in the crash. They will think the bombs are under the snow. Okay, number 1. Number 7 leaves for the cable car and starts her up. Down in the post office, that's the cable car. Someone is on their way down. Someone is coming with the cable car. What do they do down here? There is always someone coming every day to check that we have not come loose. We think they plan to let us starve or freeze us to death. We haven't had any food or drink since we arrived here. He usually calls Geneva too. I've learned the number by counting the clicks from the number plate as he dials it. Excellent. He'll be here soon. So I have to hide and I will free you when he has left. A couple of minutes later, the ropes are really tight, but you shouldn't have to wear them for much longer. Ha 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 ha. Less time than you think, Vulture. The Phantom helps rescue and save the NATO pilots. He then takes out a Vulture and says, I'll hide here. Soon someone must come and see what went on. Another Vulture comes down and he's scared, and it says that Vulture number 1 rips the door open. The game is over. The Phantom finds the NATO bombs. The Ghost who walks, the man who cannot die. It's true. He has the detonators in his belt. Number 4 throws himself towards the Phantom. But you are too slow. Here, give me the detonators. Lightning fast, the Phantom inserts a detonator into one of the bombs and arms it. If you shoot now, the bomb detonates. You're bluffing. You would destroy yourself. The Phantom cannot die. Have you forgotten already? No, I haven't. The cable car. I have to get out of here. He is a ghost. Now he wasn't so tough. He must not escape. I have to get after the scum. The Phantom wraps his scum up and he gets him and he is done for. And what he is really done for is that he falls down in mistakenly fashion. My triumph will complete. Be complete. Stop. It must be over 50 meters down. He could never have survived. Human vultures have no wings, and Vulture number 1 falls to his death. Later, down in the village. Hello, Devil. Did you contact the police? Yes, they are. Oh, they're on their way. They're racing to get here. Have you found the bombs? I'll borrow this jacket. I have time to leave now. Yes, the bombs are in the storage room and the cable car station. Well, I have to leave now. A strange man, but it's best we keep quiet. No one would believe us. Well, let the police believe that the gang fought each other. We got the bombs back. But in his pocket, the Phantom has something he forgot to return. And the Phantom sets course for the crashed helicopter. Forgot to return the detonators. Dun dun dun. That's fairly funny. I got the bombs back, but I forgot the detonators. I'm not going to be reading that. Meanwhile, at Jungle Patrol HQ, be like the Colonel and subscribe to the Phantom for $208 per year. I've subscribed to the Phantom, I think, last year, and the books come like they're in like mint edition. like as it says, really as new edition condition, and there's only a couple times where I've seen that sometimes they may not come in as new condition, but that is literally like 1%. Is very, very low that happens. Subscribe online at www.phantomcomic.com.au. And we have the back cover of that beautiful, beautiful book. Look at that beautiful cover. Beautiful, beautiful cover. This story sort of reminded me of what, like, one of the older pardon me, that this storyline sort of reminded me of like the older heaps and older James Bond type films. It was pretty much just like the James Bond type films, and this cover just reminds me of the old James Bond films. Look at that. Awesome. Jason Paulos has definitely done a great job with this cover. Excellent job. Beautiful. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, so we have a new cover artist doing a Phantom cover, and that dude, every single time I look at this cover, it just reminds me of a certain pulp hero called The Shadow. Looks awesome, but looks absolutely awesome. An awesome painted cover. The same dude that's doing this cover also has been doing a lot of covers for a German Phantom publisher of recent. And we'll find out this dude's name. So the story is The Street Predators plus Jane Saves the President. The Street Predators is our apology to the Belle-Epoque site. So we'll find out who did this cover. So the person that did this front cover art is Timo Wurtz. And Timo Wurtz is a very, very exceptional artist. He's amazing at what he does. Some of the stuff, other things, he might be a little bit out there, but his covers and painted artworks are fantastic. They're amazing, and they're just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The Street Predators. Script by Daniel Carlson and art by Anthony Spey. From the 16th Phantoms Chronicle, 1849, the port city of Carcosa, in the north of our continent. I am on my way to the King's College in London to sort out my business. A storm has forced my ship to go in for repairs. Meanwhile, I'm looking around the city. Stop, thieves! They try and get the thieves. And there's this mysterious character, this mysterious person dressed like he's a shadow. But no, he takes these two children and one of the children and the other children escapes. And he runs into an 18th century phantom, the 18th of his kind, 16th of his kind, something. And the phantom gives the child some drink, some water. You've slept all day. Do you remember who it was you fled from? Leon. The man with the scarf, he took him. Later, where are you taking me? Follow me, I'll show you where we live. And do you live here? Where's Leon now? And who's the man with the scarf you were talking about? We stole food, and while we were eating, that man and his lackey showed up and they took Leon. I've always been the fastest, so I got away. I have to find Leon, and I know where to start looking. The man said that Ephraim had sold us out. You're still shaking from the impact. I'll help you. Children who disappear, a mystery that demands its solution. There is a guard on guarding. There's a cemetery. Hello? Hello there? There is an entrance. Ephraim has many more guards. We must be careful. Ephraim rules the underworld throughout the city from below. And yet Ephraim is not the person who has sold them out. What do you mean? Cannot find her? Then you haven't looked carefully enough, have you? She wasn't the dove cult, and he's about to slap the child when the phantom gets to him and says, "Out with the truth, where's Leon?" Oh, how should I know that? But you led the kids into a trap. The voice of the phantom freezes the blood. Old Jungle saying. He played well for the kids. Mysterious man with the scarf. Who is he? I don't know. He gave the main instructions by the confessional and in the cathedral. I never saw his face. He was disguised. It was disguised, I say. But I saw a big ring on his finger with a green diamond. We'll meet at the same place at noon tomorrow. I should have recognized the sound of lies in the thug's voice. Guards! Guards! Meanwhile, don't be afraid. I'll take good care of you, all of you, all. And then you will help me heal the world. That's good. Rest now and recover. The cage is for your own good. Rest now. I will wait until you have recovered. Then you will be the first to be blessed with my new antidote. No matter what it takes, you shall know that your sacrifice has not been in vain, dearest. We have come so far. We must defeat the curse once and for all. Knock, knock. Yes, and we meet another crazy person that thinks that we need an antidote for his craziness. But this same person is now out and about the ring. It must be him. He's out and about. He's got his disguise. He looks like the shadow, but the phantom is following the guy. He's in the cathedral, and no, he's been taken out. Now we'll see who you are. Watch out! Bam, bam! Another guy disappears into the thick, brown, smoky air. Black and white air. That was close. We have to get out of here. The police will be coming any time. It was a trap. Leonidas. It's one of the Ephraim's tricks. He can't be the right person. Oh no. Time to disappear. Stop. Otherwise we'll shoot. Sorry, father. Oh my. Do not shoot. We have to get the killer. And the killer is running away. He's trying to escape. The phantom is on his mind. The phantom is coming for him. Wait, I'm no killer. Police. He is pervaded, and there's a takedown. The phantom takes down every person that is trying to get in his way. A moment later, a few blocks from the Paldo and his friends. We lost the killer, but at least we have the ring he left. Do you know any good jewelers? And they go to this lady. Well, the one who helps you get away from that toad is Kaina's friend. Look at that. Kaina has seen this before. It was made for a wedding. Talk to Amelia at the orphanage. Her sister had a similar ring. They go to an orphanage, and it's out and out. It's betting out. Well, we will find out soon. Oh, please don't hurt us. What has happened here? Who is keeping you locked up? There's no time to lose. When the doctor was here last, he took a child with him. The boy is in danger. As the Phantom is on a desperate attempt to go back to another house, and we find out that Amelia LaSalle, loved in eternity, has passed away. Amelia? It must be Amelia's sister. I wonder what happened to her. Then the Phantom is attacked by dogs. The Phantom is beaten, and he gets the dogs away. He comes, and there's another person who's trying to get to the doctor as well, Monsieur. He's trying to kill the Phantom. Monsieur, you are defeated. The Phantom, he takes out both of them, and he gets to the doctor. The child gets to the doctor. No more, one more step, Leon. Drop your weapon and go to the cage. You will have to help solve the curse, just like your friend here. Why are you doing this? I must defeat the red fever, and any means are allowed to solve this mystery. It's a curse that haunts this country, the whole continent. We had such a good time. Amelia was so happy. We spent the summer at North Yorkshire Mountain. When we came back in August, she started coughing. She died a month later, but not in vain, I say, not in vain. You will help me to free the land from the curse. My cure will help many people, lots of many people. But first, you need a little fever, just enough so that I can cure you, and I can just need to experiment a little more, and that's where you come in, my little friends. Yet we have another crazy person, and yet that is hell for Amelia. Let her go. The madness ends now, and thwack, and he's out, he's gone, and he's going. He won't harm any more children with his experiments. His family fortune, Amelia's fortune, will be used to rebuild the orphanage. A few days later, the ship was repaired, and I had to say goodbye to my new friends. A new adventure awaited me. Strangely enough, all the children seemed healthy. Despite the experiments, the doctor may have actually found a cure. But the fear he had subjected them to, the purposes must never sanctify the means. I will never forget you, Mark's friend. The end. And then we have the Phantom Jane saves the president. There's a president, and it's written by the writer for this story is Peter Anderson. The art for it is Percy Okahoa. I must say that I'm impressed, Doctor. Mercy, Monsieur. And over here we have something I think you'll find interesting. Maybe you remember that utterly bizarre accident recently where a moon ship crashed into a cottage in the outskirts of Paris. And yes, it's the people that is connected to a new and older Phantom story originally published by Few Publications last year in 2022. And we find out that there's a bed empty. Dun dun dun! This person who was trying to assassinate someone very, very important is out crazily about. Darling, a taxi will pick us up in 2 hours. I'm going out for a short walk. Jane goes out for a short walk, and the president is out there. This crazy man is out on the streets and says, "Get out of my way, I'm in a hurry." And thump, crash. Monsieur, are you okay? He falls to the ground. Regardless, he's got a gun. This man is up to no good. Maybe he's about to shoot the president. And Jane prevents the president from dying and says that, and what's going on here, and saves the president from passing away. You were gone for quite some time. What kept you? Oh, I did a little crime fighting while you were taking a nap. What do you mean you did a little crime fighting? I'll tell you everything on the way back home, honey. Look, there's our taxi. Dun dun dun, that's how it ends. A good end to this story, but I'll say this again. The Abellio-Pogue series, the Abellio-Pogue saga, some of those stories in that saga are good. Let me get that straight. Some of those stories are good, and there's a couple of them that are just a bit out there. They're just too much, and they just aren't that great. And that's my take on these two comics. I hope you liked this review, these two reviews of these two fantastic comic books. And we now have the forum letters, comments, social media, and you can send, if you have a suggestion or some feedback for Dudley Hogarth, you can send it at his email, dudley@fewpublications.com.au. And there's a picture of how much Antonio, Mel, and Joyful and Bradley made. So what this photo has a lot to do with the Phantom. So back in June, we had a lot of people gathered around Supernova. They went to Supernova, and then on the Saturday night, a lot of the people who had purchased tickets went to this exclusive Phantom dinner. And I was one of those people. I was young people that went to that Phantom dinner. And I got to say that Phantom dinner was awesome. It was a very, very great night, a very beautiful night. And I got to take a photo with one of my favorite Phantom artists, and I love his artwork since 2016. I love his work. Antonio Lemos, I got to have a photo taken with Antonio Lemos, and he was there on the night. He's an amazing person, he is. And Antonio, Richard, and Bradley, and Joy, and Mel, and everyone that's associated with this dinner, even when Alex Tripp did his speech, that was one of the best speeches I've ever heard. That night is so memorable. It's so memorable because it's just, you have a night where you've got all these Phantom people, and just like old friends and old mates and potential new friends and new mates that go and they gather around at the same place, and they have a good time. They eat good food, they have eat good drinks, and drink good drinks, and listen to everything. And then they have a silent auction. They have major auction parts to this dinner, and then you get to talk to people. You get to have a chat. You have your own table with all these other people that are on it, and it was just amazing. Like, I had like 3 or 4 people coming around introducing themselves to myself, and it was pretty awesome. It was very, very cool, and I look forward to possibly maybe going to it next year in 2024, and to Supernova again. Can't be missing Supernova. Cannot be missing Supernova. I love Supernova. Okay, we also have books for the discerning Phantom fan, and all the money that is raised for this Phantom dinner, gets donated to the Westmeads Children's Hospital after it, because that is just one of the best things to do. That's just one of the best things to do. And plus it's June. It's very, very, it's an awesome dinner. Plus it supports a very, very awesome, cool charity and cool hospital. Books for the discerning Phantom fan. They have trade paperbacks. This one, as it says, might be in stock now. It's at this time this book got published, it was out of stock. They have trade paperback number 2, number 3, number 4, the Legacy series, Kid Phantom Collection number 1, graphic novel number 1, graphic novel number 2. And that's all available from www.phantomcomic.com.au. And they have some new posters, new folio sets out, and I've already read that. And that's about it. And also the new folio series number 9 is out. I have all of these prints. They are amazing, and you can get 13 A3 prints from a cream of Australia's comic book artists, including Marcelo Bates, Chewie Chan, Shane Foley, and the rest of the gang, for $95, including postage. $95, I think that excludes postage, and you can get that from phantomcomic.com.au. Amazing cover, absolutely amazing cover. And I hope you enjoyed those 2 reviews of these 2 amazing Phantom comics. So there will be another live stream happening that will be coming out at 5 o'clock today. And the next live stream that we will be doing, I will be reviewing this big book. I'll be reviewing 180 pages of Absolute 75 years anniversary few edition The Phantom. I'll be doing a 180 page review of this amazing book. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe. And the 10th episode of the Enthusiasts, a live show hosted by myself, is going to be, I'm going to be going live at 7:30 p.m. tonight on the 19th of December. So I'll be going live tonight on the YouTube channel at 7:30. That is for the Enthusiast, episode 10 of the Enthusiast. When season 4 is nearly over, and that's just amazing. It's an amazing way to end the year. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, stay safe, and we'll see you next time on the YouTube channel. Maybe tomorrow, because this live event finishes on Thursday. We have 3 more comic books to review on Wednesday and 3 more comic books to review on Thursday. So get set for everything that's coming and new things that are coming on the channel. And always stay safe, keep Phantom Caving, and bye!